I've taught a class similar to this for about 10 years. And this is the list I got and over the years, and you'll hear some of the things that you included. Headache, fatigue, weakness, moodiness, crankiness, pain in stomach. We heard low blood sugar, dizziness, irritability, nausea, listless or tired, empty stomach, bored, time of day we heard, habit, cravings, foggy brain, sick, low energy, acid stomach, need something to soothe stomach, dissatisfied. And I have to tell you, not one single one of those things is hunger. Those of you who have been following those feelings for 30 or 40 years or 25 years, or however old you are, you're following something that's not hunger. Now, if you came to me, we have a chiropractic practice, and you came to me and you said, Doc, I have this problem. I feel sick, I feel nauseous, I feel tired all the time, I'm dizzy, and I get headaches. What would I consider those things? Symptoms. Yet, if you're home and you think it's time to eat, you consider those things signs of hunger. And they are not signs of hunger. They are signs of sickness. As a matter of fact, if you want to take note, the least expensive diagnostic test you can do it on yourself. It's very safe. All you have to do is go without eating for some length of time. For some of you, it will be 6 hours. For some of you, it will be a day or so, depending on you. And if you get any of these symptoms before you actually get hungry, there's something wrong with your body. So that means if you get a headache, or you get shakes, or you're moody, or you get pain in your stomach, or you get tired, before you get hungry, there's something wrong inside. So what's the next logical question then? What is hunger? So if it's not one of these things, it's got to be something else. What part of your body controls hunger? Brain, I heard stomach. Anything else? How many people think it's the stomach? You're afraid to raise your hand now, right? How many think it's the brain? Say yes. Brain. Your brain controls your hunger, but how does it do that? Anybody? It sends signals. Now, your brain has got to sense everything that's inside your body. And the blood passes through the brain, and the brain calculates what's inside of it. And if the levels drop, just like almost like your gas gauge in your car, a signal gets sent out. And the signal gets sent out to where? To the stomach? To the head? Does it make you shaky? No, we said these things are not hunger. So the brain is actually sending a signal somewhere else. Well, if I ask you this question, where do you feel thirst? In the mouth. So now I'll ask you, where do you feel hunger? In the mouth. But most Americans have never experienced hunger. Why have Americans not experienced hunger? Because you're always eating. The land of plenty. Why do we have to spend now the next hour or so describing how to understand hunger and what your body is telling you? Why do we have to do that? Because you've never been hungry. Does a lion have to figure out, gee, I'm hungry, what am I in the mood for? Maybe I'm going to kick around a few pebbles today and I'll eat some dirt, and maybe later on I'll have a rabbit or two. What does a lion do? It goes by instinct. Do you think humans are born with instinct? To eat, right? So the instinct is inside. Now why do we have to talk and teach about hunger? Why do we have to spend an hour learning about hunger if it's instinctual? Perfect. We've developed bad habits.